Okay, today we will discuss about the array and some important topics of the LabVIEW. If you okay, it is your entry window. If you go inside, so you have to come to the file and you can click in new VI. Either press Ctrl N. So there is one shortcut that is press Ctrl N. Okay, to align both, there is second shortcut that is Ctrl T. Okay, if you have any broken wire, if you have any broken wire, okay, to read, and if you want to reduce that broken wire, if you have any broken wire and you want to reduce that broken wire, so there is one option. The option is right click and delete wire branch. Either you can press control B for ball. Okay, now if your program is scattered, so you can use control A and control U, right? During the program, by mistake, if you will, okay, by mistake, if you press this button close, if you close the block diagram, so okay, after that come into the window and click in the block diagram and you can open. Now what I am going to tell, please follow one by one, step by step. Press control and space button. If you will press, do one thing, click on the block diagram and press control and space button. Okay, click on the block diagram and press control and space, so it you will get, okay, now you can control the, you can access the quick drop. If you will click in front panel and you will press the control and space, then also you can access the quick drop, but both quick drop will perform different. In this front panel, quick drop will give you information only those objects which is present in front panel. In the block diagram, if you will press that, in the block diagram, if you will click and press control space, then you can access the quick button, quick drop, and by quick drop you can only access the components and things related to block diagram elements. So now what I am going to tell you, press control space and write .net .net. I think during the installations, every member has so many members are facing the problem related to .net. Now we will use that .net related project. Okay, we will design something. So click .net, and after that take one construct, click on the constructor node, and place here. Okay, not responding, why I don't know. Okay, do one thing, press Ctrl W, press .net. Now click on the constructor node, click on this constructor node. Okay, and select the constructor node. Now in the constructor node, sir, the constructor node is not present. Okay, wait, look at here, press control space right here dot net, then you will get the constructor node. Anybody? There is 2%, no constructor node. Sumit, please type. I cannot hear you. If there is no constructor node, then later we will download. Okay, so leave it this concept today. Okay, when we will download more packages of LabVIEW as per our requirement, so we will see at that time. Okay, leave this concept. Now come to the front panel and block diagram. So today what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss about the okay, today we are going to discuss about the array. So let's see what is the array. Let's see what is an array. So for that, right click in front panel. When right click in front panel, if you are using modern node, if you are using modern node, so if you will click, then you will get this data containers. Okay, data containers if you are using the modern. Okay, if you are using the NXG style, then you will get this data container. Okay, now right click, come into the data container. First one is array. Take this array. It is just a blank array. It's called array shell. It is just a blank array and it's called array shell. It is array is a data type, but without element, array is just a cell. Array has the data type. Array is also a data type. Array is a derived data type, secondary data type. Array is not a primary data type. Array is a derived data type. Array is a secondary data type. Array, okay. This is array cell. How we can take this array cell? How we can access? Right click in front panel, come to the data container, array. Okay, take this array. Okay, how can we take the array cell in block diagram? Right click in block diagram, come to the array and first column, last one, array constant. Take this array constant. Both are the black, but both are the array, just array cell. Now to convert this array cell into appropriate array, first copy and paste the array, copy and paste the array. Now these are the independent array. If now I want to convert this array to numeric array, I want to convert this array to numeric array. To convert this array to numeric array, right click, come into numeric, take numeric control and place. Now after the enter this entity, numeric entity, the array has changed its data type. Now it is numeric array. It is numeric array object. It is numeric array indicator, sorry, terminal, numeric array control terminal, Now this is only a array cell. Inside the array cell, when I will place one boolean button, so now it is boolean array. That is boolean array. Okay, it is boolean array control. It is boolean array control terminal. We can create array for the string also. We can create the array for the string also. So it is an string array. So it is an string array. Okay, good. Let's see. These are the numeric array control terminal, boolean array string control terminal, and string array control terminal. So what is an array? What is an array? Array is a collection of okay, Array is the collection of same type of data type. Array is the collection of same type of data type. The definition of array is the collection of same type of data type. Okay. So it is, so now it is just a 1D array right now. It is just a 1D array. You can expand this array from top to bottom or left to right. You can extend this array either top to bottom or left to right. Okay, just because it is 1D array. Okay, let's see how can we convert 1D array and 2D array. It's last time. After that, because I am going very slow, if you will not catch that, then it is your problem, not my problem. It is a array. Right click in front panel, come to the data containers. It is array, take another array, take another array. These are just an array cell. Array is a type of data type. Array is just a kind of data type. Okay, so this array data type we can convert this array cell we can convert according to our primary data. Array is a kind of secondary data type. It is a kind of derived data type. We can initialize array according to our requirement. Now we can change the array according to our primary data type. So we have primary numeric, we have primary data type boolean, and we have primary data type string. We can design array either numeric, we can design either boolean and either string. Now it is array control, numeric array control. It is numeric array control terminal, boolean array control terminal, string array control terminal. You can increase the size left to right, or you can increase the size up to down. In this array, this one is indexing. In this array, this one is indexing. Array is the combination of same type of data type. If you want to store n number of data, so for that you will use okay, so for that you will use array data type. Okay, so we will discuss about this array one by one. Okay, from this PowerPoint. Let's see how can we what is the problem? Okay, let's start. So array is the collection of data elements that are same type. First, okay, array is the collection of data elements for the search. So it is an array. Array has one and more dimension. It is 1D array. Okay, array contain up to 2 to the power 31 minus 1 elements. So 2 to the power 31 minus 1 element. Okay, array can contain. So if you will calculate the number 2 to the power 31, okay, so it contains 2 to the power 31 minus 1. And this is the important words. This is important one, memory permitting. Okay, we can access this array by this indexing. An array by default starts from the index value 0. Okay, now array 1D or 2D. If this is 1D array, this is 2D array. These are index number. Index means the position. Okay, for this location index is 0, for this location index is 1, for this location index is 2, for this location index is 3, for this 4, 5, 6, 7. Index means position. Okay, in this condition this one, the starting index of this array is 0. Here if I will write 1, so that means this array is starting from index number 1. Okay, so this is index. So and now it is 2D array. So there is index, always index start from 0, always index start from 0. So here the index is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 0 1 2 3 4. So it is index size, so it is index. Okay, now second things, all those array has their size. Okay, all those array has their size. If I will ask you what is the size of this array, so the size of this array is 10, but the lowest index of this array is 0 and highest index of this array is 9. Okay, index value 0 to 9, that means there is 10 element, so array size will be 10. Here what is the size of this array? The size of this array is 5 cross 7, 5 cross 7, but the highest index of this element, what? Okay, so this one is 4 cross 6, this one is 3 cross 5, this one is 2 cross 4, this one is 1 cross 3, this one is 0 cross 2, this one is 0 cross 1. Okay, 2 cross 0, 2 cross 0, 2 cross 0, 2 cross 1. Okay, 3 cross 2, so it is 4 cross 6. So highest index is 4 cross 6, but array size is 5 cross 7. Okay, why use array? Use array when you work with a collection of similar data and when you perform a repetitive computation. Okay, if you are set if you want to work with the some set of data and you want to perform repetitive computation option and you want to save the data, large number of data with a similar data type, so you can use array. So look here, viewing array. So the element at index 0 at not so, because the element 1 is selected in index display here. Okay, that means the first element of this array, it starts from the 1, so 0 is not showing. Okay, so this one is index and this one is element according to, so the index for this is 1, index for this is 2. How to creating control? So as you have done the work earlier, how to creating control. Okay, let's see. For a new array, select array control from the control palette on front panel. Right click in front panel, go to the containers, take data contents, take array, place it. So it is an array cell. Place the object such as numeric control into array. So place an object. Okay. Now after that we can create one dimension array. Let's see. Okay, let's perform how we can do. So it is a one dimension array which we have designed. Now right click here and create indicator. So indicator is the same property. With same property you can design an indicator. Okay, you can design an indicator with the same property. So you can design the indicator with the same property. Okay, you can design with the inductor with the same property. If you will right click, create indicator, string, right click, create indicators. Okay, these are the 1D array. Now we will convert this 1D array into 2D array. How we can convert? Let's delete this thing and only target our numeric array. Okay, first check this one only. I am writing here 24 minus 87, sorry, minus 89. Okay, run. So if you want to work with data set. If you want to work with the n number of data or finite number of data and you want to process, so you can use the array. So here I have 4 data. So what is the initial index of this number? So initial index of this number is 0. The 0, it means this array is started from the 0th location. This one 0, this first location, third location, fourth. What is size of this array? Array size is 4, but array index is 3 maximum. Now how can we design 2D array? If you want to design 2D array, so come here, right click and click on the add element. Either you can drag it. Now it is a 2D array. Look at here what information it will give. Now you can see this wire is broken and the run button is also broken. So which kind of information we will get? You have connected two array of different dimension. Array is array. The dimension of array is 2. The dimension of array 4. The below one, this one. The dimension of array 4 is 1. So now drag it and increase the size. Okay. Now you can increase the array size. Okay. Please do. Okay, done. What is the difference between primary or secondary data type? Ritukesh is asking. Ask Ritukesh on that chat section. So primary data type. These are the primary data type. These are the independent and primary data types. Okay. These are the independent data and primary data type. Independent. No need any kind of other. No need to access this data type. No need to any other mechanism. No need to take any kind of other permission. You can use this data type anywhere. Okay, but to design array we need single entity data type. Why it is secondary array? Because why it is secondary array? Because this data type, sorry, this array has been designed by this numeric. Okay, so we can design secondary array. We design secondary array by the help of primary. Sorry, we can design the secondary data type by using the primary data type. Now let's see again. If we place, okay, now the next question is if we place the numeric indicator instead of the numeric control, what happen? If you will place the numeric indicator instead of numeric control, so okay, if you will place the numeric control instead of numeric indicator, numeric indicator instead of numeric control, then what will happen? Let's check it. Take numeric control, the array, and take numeric indicator and place. So you so now you can design array indicators, not array controls. Okay, you can design array controls. Okay. Okay, now this problem is solved also. Let's move again. Now we had learned how to design 1D and 2D array. Okay, let's start work on the 1D and 2D array. Okay, let's start some work on the 1D and 2D array. So now there is one element. Okay, in this element there are 4.5768. okay, now I want to design a 5 element array. Now I want to design the 5 element array with the value of 4.678. So for that, right click, come to the array, pin in, and there is initialize array, first column, second number, initialize array. Press Ctrl H. The first one is an element. I want to design 5 element array. It means I want to design the array with the size of 5, okay, with the index number 4, with the size of 5, with this element. So for that, right click, take this one, array initialize, create control, okay, create control, dimension size, create indicators. Now you will see here the array dimension size, the dimension size is 0, now 1, run. So here only one I had designed with this element, with the only one. So it is array size, not dimension size, array size. Now if I will change the value to 3, 4, 5. By using array initializing, you can initialize. By using array initializing, you can initialize the size of array. You can design the array with the size of this. Okay. By using initialize array, you can initialize the array element. Okay. Nice. Right. Let's see again. Same program, same problem. Right click in initialize array. Sorry, take initialize array, right click and label. Right click, create constant, and I want to generate 2.78. Okay, I want to array with the value of 78. Now my array size will be 4. Now you can see we will generate array. If you will not understand the functionality of array, then you cannot control the data type. You cannot work with the data processing. So now we will. So here my new array has been generated with the element value 2.46 and element value 2.46 and the size is 4. So in indexing 0, indexing 1, indexing 2, indexing 3, indexing 0, indexing 1, indexing 2, indexing 3, indexing 4. So we can generate array. Okay, we can initialize. Either we can design array from this platform, either we can design array from this platform, okay, or we can generate initialize array. Okay, now there is one function, that is the build array function. There is this function. This function is the build array function. Take this function and right click in this function. Okay, right click in this function, click label. So it is build array function, second column, second row, build array function, right? Now drag it 2 times. Now drag it 2 times. Right now again right click. See here the concatenated input. Okay, the concatenated input. Okay, here we will see how we can design the concatenated array. First thing, it is a different section. It is a different section. Okay, both are the different sections we have. Wait, decorations frame. It is okay. Listen, think. It is a Delhi section and it is a Hyderabad section. Okay, we have 2 sections right now. From this section we are okay. Now from this section generating this kind of data and this section generating this kind of data. If anybody want to ask anything, then write on the chat section. Okay, Delhi section generating this kind of data and Hyderabad section generating this kind of data. We want to display both data. We want to display both data together. We want to read both data. So connect like this, make a connection like this and create indicator. Now by using build array, we are able to create one 1D array by using one 2D array by using two 1D array. By using build array, we are able to create, okay, one 2D array by using two 1D array. Okay, now let's see. Okay, how we can initialize the different value of RL element. You cannot initialize different value for RL element. Okay, now by using this, now we design, so here it is an build array function. This build array function is appended concepts. Okay, due to this appended concept, we can create, by using this appended concept, we can create one 2D array using two 1D array. If I have one more setup same, Chennai setup with the 78 and the array size is 6. So again, if you want to add, then okay, raise the size, increase the size. Now make a connection like this and run. Now you will see that section is below. Okay, so by using three 1D array, we can convert one 2D array. By using three 1D array, you can convert one 2D array. By using three 1D array, you can convert 2D array using n number of 1D array. You can convert 2D array by using n number of 1D array. Okay, now here this is the concept of appendant. If I click in this concatenated input, okay, in this condition we can read Delhi data in one row, Hyderabad data in the second row, and Chennai data in the third row. Okay, by using this we can read the Delhi data by the first row, Hyderabad data by the second row, and Chennai data by the third row. Okay, so this one is first row, second row, or third row. Okay, sir, can you repeat the produce of 1D array? Okay, definitely I will repeat. Okay, now delete this one, delete, Control A, Control U. Now program is, listen, this setup, let's think this setup is for Delhi setup. We will take data from Delhi, we will take data from Hyderabad and Chennai. We have three setup, and okay, and we want to read all those data one page, okay, from one single page. So we will write all those data. We will write all this data like this. Okay, to write all this data together, we will use build array. By using build array, we can write all those data in one array. Second data, array wise array. This one Delhi data, Hyderabad data, and Chennai data. Now it is appendant concept. If you will right click and click in the concatenate, so now here data, now here run button. Sorry, broken arrow. So why broken arrow? Why broken wire? Because the data type mismatch. So now we need to convert this into 1D. Now we will see the magic. Okay, what kind of magic? Sorry, run. Now we will read all those data. Now we can read all this data in a single 1D array. Now we can read all this data in single 1D array. Okay, now we can, it doesn't matter Delhi data has been made same way or not. Okay, the matter is the data which we are taking, that is comes in a types of array. Okay, the what process they are using, that is not important. Either they can use in this platform loop also. They can generate data, using loop also. That doesn't matter what kind of data they are sending. If the data is come in the type of 1D array, so we can compile all data and we can, okay, by using appendant we can design one chart, or by using this concatenated input, we can read all those data in one single array. Okay, one single array. Okay, this is generated 4 data, so 4 data. Okay, this is generated 4 run, this generated 4 data from 0 to 3. Okay, these are generating 4 data, so there are 4 data. These are generating 6 data, so 6 data. So either we can store data, either we can store data like appendant or like this. Okay, let's see another functions. Okay, now right click in block diagram, come to the array constant, take here, right click into the front block diagram, come to numeric, first column, second log, last numeric constant, take numeric constant and place inside. Please increase the size. Okay, and now increase the size. Look at here carefully, there is two kind of blocks. The inside there is two blocks. Okay, if you will click, if you will drag, so you can increase the size of this element outside. When your cursor will look like this, if you will increase, then you can increase the size. Okay, now I am placing 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, again I am taking the different kind of data. Now again right click and design same kind of array. Six, sorry, 7 6 5 4. Okay, now again check with the build array function. It is a build array functions, connect, make a connection like this, right click, create indicator. So by using build array function, we can build, we can merge two array and more than two array. Okay, take 1 minute to design this program, just a 2 minute take, and if you have done, then write done on the chat section. So now this is a appendant type of array. Okay, appendant array means appendant array means by using appendant array we can read array in a different segment. Okay, now because here we are using appendant concept, so we can read, okay, we can read 1 to 6, the first array in a first row and second array in a second row. First array in the first row and second array in the second row. Now if I will delete this one, I will click here, I will check in the concatenate input, and I will right click and create indicator. Then I can read all those data in the one array. So after that, first we will read data, after that we will read. So concatenate means one after one. Okay, it's like, okay, Hanif done, other, okay, right click, come to the array, there is index array. Okay, there is index array, there is index array. Let's use this index array. We will use this array as an input for our index array. This is index array. In the array, first row, second number or second column, first row, index array, right click. Okay, now using this index array, I can read elements one by one of this array. Using this index value, I can read the element of this array one by one. Look at here. Now here by default the index value is 0, so I can read the value from the 0 location. If I will increase the value, okay, if here I will change the value, so I can read the value one by one from this index. Okay, if you want to know what kind of application, which kind of application, okay, where we will use, so I am not going to tell, because right now we are just learning this programming platform. When we will complete this concept, then we'll see where we can use this concept. Okay, let's see. There is one more function, okay, array subset. There is one more function, that is array subset. Array subset is same work like string subset. It work like same string subset. Okay, so here this one is my input. Okay, so this one is my input for my array subset. Okay, so what is the value in this this build array processing this array and producing this array. Okay, now I am using this array as input for this array subset. Okay, nice. Now here the length and offsets. Press Ctrl H. After the pressing Ctrl H, if you will click the array, so you will get returns a portion of array from the indexing. Return a portion of array from the indexing. Okay, so here with the length. So here this one is length. So let's give control constant. This one is length. Okay, this one is length, and this one is create control index. Okay, this one is index. Now let's see what kind of output will come if we will create one array subset. Create indicator. So this will be array subset. This will be the array subset for this. Okay, and we will control this array. We will control this array by using this index and this length, and we will see the data on this array in sub array. Let's see. So right now my array length is 0 and index is 0, so it's not generating any kind of data for me. Now if I will change the array length 4 and index I am giving the 0, so it will generate array with the length of 4 from the index value 0. So index value 0, so what in the index value 0 for this array? This array means this array. So index value 0 is 1, 2, 3, 4 from this place form to this place form. Length 1, 2, 3, 4, index value basic from 0. So let's run. Okay, if I will change index value, index means the position. So what is the initial position? If I write initial position, okay, starting position and new array size. Now it is easy to understand. So what will be the initial position? Now initial position will be 2. And what will be the size of new array? The size of new array will be 3. So let's run. Okay, so initial position is 2. So this is the initial position 2 and the size 3, 0, 1, 2. Okay, got it? So array subset, by using array subset you can take a small array from a big array. By using array subset you can take a small array part from your data set from a big array. Let's see. I will tell you where we will use, how we will use, which time we will use. I will tell you each and everything. Please patience. LabVIEW very easy for programming. But now there is insert into array function. Rotate functions, search functions. We will use all. Okay, it is your target. Design all those functions one by one. Okay, like by using the sort 1D array, you can sort this array. You can sort this array like indicators. You can sort this array. Okay, look at, by sort 1D array you can sort increment to in the size of increment to decrement. Okay, there is insert into array. There is one concept, insert into array. Okay, let's see how we can insert something in array. Control B. This is my insert into array functions. Okay, take it. Now this is my main data set. In this data set, it is my index, means position. Okay, if spelling is wrong then good. Okay, now it is my new array submit. Okay, new array. So right click, create constant. So here my new words is 89. Now my position is by default 0. If I will run, okay, right click, create indicator. Okay, if my by default position is 0, and I want to inserting this value in the this predefined index, so run. Okay, now look at here, this array is started from the 89, then 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you can insert anywhere. Now if I want to insert this number from the location 2, if I will run, so now, so if you want to insert anything, okay, from in the array, so you can use this insert array function. By using this you can find the minimum and maximum number of this array. Here it is array subset. It is a replace array. Okay, how we can work using the replace array? By using replace array you can replace Okay, you can replace any element of this. By default, if my position is 0, sorry, by default if my position is 1, so okay, now we will replace, okay, connect, look at here, now it's replaced 2 189 2 189 3 4 6 7 6. Okay, so by using it is our array type. Now we have one more concept in array, that is polymorphism. Polymorphism is a adaptability. Polymorphism is a adaptability of mathematical performance between two and different kind of data types. Polymorphism is adaptability up to and more than two and different kind of, sorry, yes, two different kind of data set. Okay, let's check. Control B. What happen if we will add these two array? What happen if we will add these two array? What happen if we will add these two array? So output will come with the respect of smallest array. So output will come with the respect of smallest array. Okay, now you can see 1 plus 7 8, 2 plus 6 8, 3 plus 5 8, 4 plus 4 8. If you will multiply, sorry, add two array, then output will come on the basis of smallest array. Okay, what happen if we will multiply two array? So again array will come, so again array will give the output on the basis of smallest array. Okay, so there is two different array, and in between two different array we can perform our arithmetic operations. Okay, control B. We can also perform the arithmetic operations like this. It is our increment and decrement. It's our increment. If I will, okay, run, if you will run, so it will increase all value with the +1. Okay, if you will replace with the decrement, then it will decrease, okay, then value will decrease at -1. Okay, with the -1. No, right, in this example you have seen we can perform, sorry, in this example you have seen we can add two array. What happen if we add one array with one scalar value? What happen if we add one vector with one scalar? Here this one is vector, this is 1D array, and this is a single, okay, this is a single scalar quantity. If I will add, so output will come like this. If you will add one scalar value with array, so the value will added with all those elements which is present inside the array. Okay, now the 1 plus 2 3, 4 plus 5, 4 plus 2 plus 2 4, 3 plus 2 5, 4 plus 2 6 7 8. Okay, so it is a kind of polymorphic concepts. What happen if I will multiply one, what happen if I will multiply one scalar element with the array? So Ritukesh, you are asking before some time where we will use this array, how we will use this array. So let's design one small project for object counting. Okay, so please all of you delete and start behind, Okay, please all of you delete and follow me. First of all, we will design one data set. First of all, we will design one data set. So come here, take array constant, place here. In this array constant, right click, now come to string, come to the string first column, last, take string constant, place inside the string, increase the size, slightly increase the size, and now increase the size, place. Okay, now insert some characters like a, b, b, a, c, d, e, f, c, a, d, t, e, f, t, u, a, c, b, t, u, t, b, c, d, 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 small a, small b, small c, d, t, capital A and B. So I have this data set right now. Okay, I have this data set. It is data set. Now I want to count how many times A is present in my data set. Now I want to count how many times A is present in my data set. So for that, look at here. Take this one. Now take again one numeric constant. By using this, okay, we will count. Now I want to find how many times T is present. Now I want to count how many times T is present in this my data set. So what is the name? Right, label data. Sorry. Okay, not here. Click outside of array. No need. We'll see later. How many times I want to count how many times T is present. So for that, okay, listen carefully. Before the counting, we need to compare. Before the counting, we need to compare which character is A and how. Okay, so for that, right click, come here and take this equal functions. By using this, we can equate. Okay, before the counting, what is the process? What is the physical process? First we'll compare. If I said how many number of time T is present, then you compare first. Okay, this one is T, this one is T, this one is T, this one is T. Okay, 0 0 0 plus 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 1. Okay, 1, 0 plus 1 1, then 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1, then 0 0 0 plus 0 plus 1. Okay, then this was 1, then plus 1 2, plus 0 2, plus 1 3, plus 0 1, sorry, plus 0 3, plus 1 4, plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 till. So first we want to compare. We need to compare how many times these things are present. Okay, after that, here this comparison will perform again the polymorphism concept. By using this concept, we can compare this T to all of the element of this array. Okay, then we will find one Boolean array. Let's check what will be the output. Here T is present, here T is present, only 4 times T is present. But how can we write a code to count? For that, again right click, come to the boolean, look at here carefully. If you're writing, right click, come to the boolean, come to the boolean 201. I will give the time to you. You can ask me. Create label, create indicator. Now look at in the front panel. It is last concept, one of the most easiest concept. How can we count? Object count. Okay, there is one, there's one, and there's two more one. Okay, now last concept, come to the string, add array element, take add array element. Okay, add array element, create indicator. Okay, so here I will write number number, yeah, or count, count, control T. If I will, okay, so T is present 4 times. So please design up and ask any question if you want to ask. It is concept or object count. Object count, count, program. How to add array element? Where you want to add array element? If you want to add array element, so look at here. Right click, come to the array, come here, array constant. Right click, come to the string, take array, take string. Now drag this string and place inside the array. Now drag, okay, there you will get this kind of one and this kind of. Okay, when your cursor will look like this stair, then drag it and you can add objects. How to put this boolean x and y? Don't no need to put boolean x and y. Control B, just right click here and create indicator. Right click here and create indicator. Okay, right click here and create indicator, so it will automatically develop. Next question. Sumit, add array element where? Add array element here. This array element. Right click, come to the numeric. In the numeric function palette, there is add array element function. Okay. Add, good Tarun. Add array element functions. Right click, come to this numeric function palette, add array element terminal. Right click, come to the numeric function palette, third column, second number, add array element, right click. Okay, next question. Equal is equal is to not available. Okay, right click, come to the first row, first column, third number, comparison, equal is present. In comparison, what inside the comparison? Okay, Gawar. Next question, please. Okay. Ritukesh. Will tomorrow read about the for loop? Devajit, okay, please show one more how to same row and different row. I didn't got fire to on to how to add count. Which one? This one. No need to do anything. Look at here. Right click, create indicator. You will get the sum. Delete. Now COU anti count. Now second question. How to append to array? Right. Look at here. Oh, sorry. It is an array constant. Okay. I have second array constant. Okay, let's go. Please design your program. The person Devojit is asking how to append an array. So I am second array, third array, fourth array. I have four array with numeric place inside. Okay. I have four array. Two, 0, 0, 3 and 8. This 5 characters. 5 and 2. No, 5 and 3. 3, 2 character. 66. Let's increase size. 66 and 43. 2 character. 0, 1, 4, 4, 9. Here 5 character, 2 character, 2 character and 4 characters. Okay. Night. Right click, come to the array, and inside the array concatenate. Inside the array, take build array. BILD build array function. Take the build array function. You will click and drag 4 because I have 4 different inputs. So take okay, make a connection like this. And now just now right click, create indicator. Okay, so it is appendant array. You will get 4 cross 5. You will get the 4 cross 5 2D array. Output will be 2D array with the 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and maximum number of 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 cross 5 2D array. Okay, now in the same condition, same idea, if I will take if I will click here and I will press the concatenate. So now look at carefully. Here you will get there is two input. There's single input. Okay, there's two inputs. So it will make a 1D array for all. Okay, I think all of you had done this object count program. I think all of you have done this object count program. Now, if you have done so, in this program, there is one there is one concept, and that concept is there one small t is present also. There one small t is present also, but our program are not able to count this small t. Okay, if I will write a here, wait, okay. If I will change here a and I will run, so the my count is only 1. If I will count, if I will write capital A and I will run, so my count is 5. In this condition, can we data array from the external source? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We will learn. Okay, Ritukesh, if you are asking this question, wait, I am showing your question to all up. Then, okay, yes, we can take data from the external source. We can store data in external source. We will see how we can do when we will read about the file input output. Okay. I had shared one book. Please read that book carefully. Take print out or read page by page. Now, the concept is here. This program is not working that much successfully because it is not able to count the smallest this a. Okay. So how can I manage? How can I rectify? To rectify this thing, do one thing. Okay, by using this we will enter our input. We don't know user how will enter. User can enter a like this, either user can enter a like this, but user yes, the answer from Vikrant is right, but user can enter like this, a like this or a like this. We don't know, so we need to do something here. First delete this, control B, press control B, sorry, delete this one. Okay, now look at here, right click, come to the numeric, to uppercase, take to uppercase. Whatever user will type, it will be convert into uppercase, and whatever data we have, it will be again convert into the uppercase. Now okay, so now it is a complete concept. Now using this you can design your code. Now if user will enter a and run, so he will get the 6. So it is a program for array, sorry, object count. Okay, so whenever you will use data acquisition system, whenever you want to store data, every time you will store data in the form of array, whatever kind of data, whenever you want to store data, okay, so you will store that data in the form of array. All those data which come from the specific system in the iterative manner, that is the data. If you will write anything, that is just a text syntax information. So save this program, save with the name of our object count program, object count PRO program. Now let's move on another concepts. Let's basic think about the child learning idea. Child learning idea. Okay, let's think about a child learning idea. Child learning idea. How we teach our child. How we teach our child about 1, 2, 3. When you start teaching your child about number, then you make a line for okay. You make one line for one, you make two line for two, you make three line for three, and then you said he count, and he started count 1, 2, 3, and he start learning. So here we will design same thing. If we if child will enter number, any number, n number, so here if child will enter n number, so here, okay, uh, our program will develop led accurate whatever our child whatever our child will enter the number. Okay, so for that, if here child will enter 4, so 4 led will glow. So now right click, come to the array index, right click, come to the boolean, take led. It is my bool. Okay, right click, come to the array, initialize array. In array initializations, right click here, come to the boolean, look at here, come to the boolean, there is true constant, take two constant, connect, and make a connection. Now run. If my child will apply 1, so 1 led, 2, so 2 led, 3, so 3 led, 4, 4 led. Okay, so think, if this one is number a array for number a, let's copy. This is for array, this is for b and number b. Take one add functions, place here, make a connection like this. It is starting, it is start for our basic child learning apps. Okay, from how to get the t, how to get t, which one, true. If you want to take true, then right click here. Yes, if you want to take the right, so if you want to take, so right click, come to the boolean, true constant. Nice. Okay, it is a start from the basic child learning apps. If you want to design, so you can start from this platform. Now 2 plus 4, so 2 and 4. Now we will generate, we will write same code, we will write same code. Okay, slowly we will learn how can we manage all those things one by one. Hanif, sir, array is nothing but a group of characters or number. It is correct, now, sir. Group of characters or group. Yes, array is a collection of same type of data type. Just array is a collection of same type of data type. I want my child to enjoy. I want my child to enjoy childhood. Okay. After that, now listen. The output concepts is not very effective, because if our child will enter 9 and 9, so it will be developed 18 bars, so that is not a useful, that is not a good practice. So what we can do, please save this program, all of you, with the name of Basic Child Learning App. We will develop this program day by day according to our learning speed. Okay, please save this program, Basic Child Learning Apps. We will upgrade this program day by day. Now all of you save this program. I am also going to save this program. Save as. Basic Child Learning App. Okay, now press Ctrl N. Let's see our last program to of the day. Let's see the last program of the day. Okay, sir and ma'am, you will enjoy in this program also. Right click here, come into the right click in block diagram, come into the signal processing section, waveform generation section, signal processing, waveform generation section. Come into signal processing and waveform generation section. Take one sine waveform. Okay, we all are know the constant frequency is 10 and constant amplitude is 1. Right click and come to the signal processing waveform generation. Now look at here carefully. Right click in the middle column. In the middle column there is waveform. There is one waveform. In this waveform, first is get waveform component. So take that get waveform component. Okay, waveform is nothing. It's just a combination of del t, t0 and y array. It is a combination of del t, t0 and y array. How can you get? Look at here. Right click, come to the middle section, middle row, third number, first wave. Now here you can see two dots. Increase the size. Click here, t0 dt. Now make a connection like this. Using this y array, we know. We know what will be the output of this waveform graph. We know very well what will be the output from this waveform graph. View as icon. Okay, you know very well. But if you will right click here and click as an indicator, so you will get the data. Okay, now it is my target how many data, how many numbers are present in this waveform graph. How many numbers are present in this waveform graph? How can you know? To know that things, right click, come to the array, take array size, place here. It is just like a string size, okay? It's just like a string size. Control B, right click, come to the array. First one, this is array size. Take that array size. It's just like a string size. Click here and indicator. So how many number of data? So number of data is 1000. Okay, so 1000 data present inside. So 1000 data present inside this waveform, sine waveform. Okay, 1000 data. Okay. Can you tell me how many number of data are greater than 1? Sorry, greater than 0? And how many number of data is less than 0? How many number of data are greater than 0? And how many number of data are less than 0? How to get waveform graph? Come to the front panel, right click, come to the front panel, sorry. Come to the front panel, right click, come to the graph and take this waveform graph. Vikrant, equal to, how can we know how many number of data are greater than equal to 0 or less than 0? For that same program, come block diagram, come into the comparison, greater than equal to, where is the not equal to 0, greater than equal, so greater than equal to 0, greater than equal to 0 and less than 0. Okay, now come on the boolean to 0 functions, boolean to 0 1 functions, same place here, boolean to 0 1 function. Control Z, Control V. Now come into structure, add array element functions, add array element function, right click, indicator, right click, indicator. Okay, now my second question, how can we find how many number of data are greater than 0.5? How many number of data are greater than 0.5? So it is, so we can use that object count concepts here also. It is same kind of thing. Okay, please understand one concept. If you are if you are know how to we write a code for object count, so you can use this that idea here. I am using same concepts. I want to know how many number. Okay, number is greater than 0.5. I want to know. Greater than 0.5 I want to know. So how many are greater than 0? Greater than 0, 49. Sorry, 499. Greater than 499, greater than equal to 500. Okay. 0.5 greater than 0.5. 330. 330. So from tomorrow we will see. From tomorrow we will work on the array, sorry, for loop. Okay, and we will see how can we plot the value who is greater than 0.5 and less than 0.5. If you can, then please do that program, design. How can we plot an array with the only value who is greater than 5.5 and less than 0.5? So thank you for watching today's video. I will upload this video on the YouTube.